I am a free woman. We have internet. I'm here, everyone. I'm free. We have internet. Everyone's still there? Yay! There's my owls. Whoop whoop. Glad to see all of y'all too. I was beginning to wonder if I was going to get to talk. Hey, Grow Hudson, how you doing? How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, I'm doing good. I'm just tired. I almost sat here and fell asleep waiting for the internet to come back on. How are you doing, Miss Perry? Hey, Mignon Elion, how are you doing? Yep, I know I'm a little bit late, but that couldn't be helped. Oh, you're welcome, Miss Perry. I'm glad you got them. You're welcome. More than happy to do so. Oh, get the coffee? I come prepared. I have a new coffee cup. This thing almost holds a whole pot of coffee, or a 12 cup pot of coffee. Yeah, I know about staying warm. Yesterday we were at 83, and right now we're at, last time I checked, was 42. now, now you see, yeah, that's why I said I was just gonna have to wait. Next year will have to be my time for joining Shed Wars. Oh yeah, supersize. Hi TLC, how are you doing? TLC in the garden. Yep, this is my new great big Bubba coffee cup. They're hollering about snow this weekend for us too. I told everybody we was going to pay for those 80-degree days last week. Yep, went from one day of sweating and the next day freezing to death. Yep, I'm drinking my coffee too. Yeah, that's nothing new. We've had that happen here many a time too. I've seen it start out as severe. It was a tornado warning, then we had severe thunderstorms, and then rolled right into the ice storm in '94. Yeah, you need to be careful about that, Miss Perry. You don't want you doing no slipping and sliding. Yeah, it's the same way here. Burn up one day, freeze to death the next. That's last night we was in a tornado warning. Let me tell you, that wind was something else last night. I know we're supposed to have a freeze tonight too. Trying not to yawn in front of y'all and affect y'all too. Oh no, I've lived all over the place. I have lived in, let's see, I've lived here. I've lived up in further West Tennessee, but on the eastern side of West Tennessee. I've lived in Mississippi. I've lived in Louisiana. Where else have I lived? That's about it. Hey, Shorty, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, Lavender for Luck? Yeah, y'all should see me about what was it? About it was close to 1:30 when I was driving home. Yes, 1:30 in the morning. And man, that wind was blowing me in that little car all over the place. Oh, I've had a really busy day, but hey, I'm above ground. It's been a good one. Yes, I've been wanting to come to the Ozarks. I want to go crystal mining and go doing some root digging. Hey, Starlight, how Falling, how are you doing? I'm bad with names, y'all. Y'all gonna have to cut me some slack now. It's been a long time since I've been to the Ozarks. I ain't Chancellor. Oh yeah, thankfully it wasn't too awful bad, but that wind was something else. Yeah, my elderberry cuttings look even better since I cut them. Hey Regina, how you doing? Yeah, they all really greened out even more. Yeah, crystal mining's fun, but man, it is dirty. You have to be prepared to get really dirty. Oh, there's just all kinds of fun stuff to do in the Ozarks. The last time I was barely in the Ozarks was, sorry, buddy, not meaning to be rude. Um, where was I at? Cherokee. Been to the Arkansas diamond mines, but you need to go there after a really good rain. That's usually when you're lucky, or at least most of those people who find the big ones. That's when they get lucky. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about the Ozarks. That's okay, Grandma Hudson. I'm thankful to see you. You have a wonderful night. Busy, busy lady. Thank you, Yankee Sister Homestead. How are you doing? You should be able to find them. Hey, Ark Wildman Survival, how are you doing? How are you doing, Sharon Williams? Yeah, I probably got a lot of people on the search for elderberries now. Once you can find them, they're not hard to make cuttings from. Of the game is finding them because there's been so much destruction. There's no telling how many people I got running around looking for elderberries. Now, wait a minute. You got to know what they look like in order to find them now. Woohoo! You're not in the dark. Yeah, I've got a bunch more I need to go. I need to go check to see if the place where they just whacked them to the ground has started coming back up and clip them and try to save them. If they used to down here as well, but they're just so hell bent and determined to destroy as much as possible. Oh, don't know. They're having an internet problem. It could be from the storms from last night or the wind. There's no telling. But I am here. I got to come to internet land. But yeah, Mignon Alien, I'd be more than happy to show you how to find them and what to look for. Yeah, let me tell you, they have no problem spraying poison down here. No problem whatsoever. Man, the way this ice has been coming, well, not yet, the previous ice storm, way that ice has been coming down, and these last two wind storms, it's a miracle power poles are up. No, not yet. We have to go Thursday, early Thursday morning for that meeting. They changed it. Uh oh. Is it acting up, y'all? Or yes, definitely email me. More than happy. And I'll be more happy to show you hands on how to do it. I'm sorry, y'all. Winter's not over yet. Winter is nowhere near over yet. Hey, Duval. How are you doing? But yeah, y'all got to remember, it might be spring, but we're fixing to go into a very turbulent time of year, especially for here, because we have three tornado seasons here. When winter changes into spring, when spring changes into summer, and it's a little quiet around the fall, but you can guarantee we're going to have tornado season when fall turns into winter. Oh, I know it. I don't plant nothing until Easter's over. Well, oh, they're planning on building and I found out more information about a huge trailer park on back behind our house, which, now get this, is a massive floodplain. So they're not telling these people. Now, they already have a small little area built, but they're not telling these people that they're moving into trailers in a place that floods very heavily. And so these poor people are going to lose everything they own. Good night, Bellyacres. I'll see you again soon. Take care and you have a great night. Hey, Audrey, how you doing? Yeah, hopefully, well, it should be just about off the East Coast by now. Oh, you're welcome, Duval. I hope they bring you much happiness. But yeah, we're gonna go to City Hall Thursday morning, and at least attempt to voice our opinions about how they shouldn't be building in the middle of a diehard floodplain, and that people deserve better. And I know for a fact they didn't tell the people that's already got a trailer there. These people don't care as long as they get that money. That's all that matters. I hope so. Let me know if they made it there. Because I've got a shipment to go out tomorrow, too. The ones who finally got a hold of me. Man, I'll tell you, if I want seeds, I'm gonna be getting a hold of somebody real fast. Oh, believe me. Uh, well, you also got to think, because I don't know if it happens up there where y'all are at, but the way Amazon does those post office workers, it's a miracle there's not more postal post workers. I don't doubt it a bit. And while they're getting away with stuff like that, hush money until somebody's brave enough to speak up. And well, one, we're speaking up because we know these people are going to lose everything they own. Two, there's no need to be building that anyway. Oh, that's ridiculous. But yeah, I have several batches of seeds that haven't come in yet. I'm hoping they finally show up. Which part of Raleigh Millington? Uh oh. Woohoo! I got my first bot for the night. But yeah, if they proceed to get to build them there, I'm going to be so busy trying to recover as much medicinals from across, well, from back there as possible. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, I know exactly where you're talking about. And let me tell you, I can't, I can't even begin to tell you how many times those apartments have all been rained in. The sad part was that was some amazing farmland that they're building that stuff on. You don't want them building apartments. You don't understand why they're building apartments and renovating apartments left and right. Read Agenda 30. I don't want them building them apartments. Let's just say you will own nothing and be happy. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. If y'all ever get a chance, well, before 2030 gets here, you might want to read that very important document. If it doesn't give you jerry curls, nothing will. But no, believe me, they've already built enough apartments downtown in those old buildings. Oh, where did I? I know I got one. Where did I miss it? I think I got it, Audrey. But no, they're renovating apartments now that has been vacant for at least 20 years. But all of a sudden, they're renovating them like crazy. Hmm. The object of the game is to get people in debt as much as possible. That's just like down because I'm not far from those apartments you were talking about, Mignon. Uh, um, oh, I know who you mean. Yes, Black Rock. Yes, yes. They're fixing to build all these big fancy houses. If you know they're building really big expensive houses anymore, they want you to get in as deep a debt as possible. Yeah, the part of you'll own nothing and be happy. You ain't gonna be living in no house. You're not gonna have no car. You go, yeah. Mm-mm. Meat will be ate as a treat. Yeah, that's why people need to start watching their pet foods, because quite a few of these pet food makers have quit using animal products in their foods and using black soldier fly larvae, because cats and dogs aren't supposed to eat meat either. It's bad for them. But yeah, if you get a chance and see the part, it's been right in front of everybody's faces for a very long time. Started in '92, and that's why they're doing it. That's why they're, you know, bird flu, swine flu, you know, cow parts are dangerous. Um, only if you're standing behind them. But yeah, go to the UN website. It's all there. It's been there for many years. Yep, they'll be trying that before long. That's why I tell people quit eating fast food. They're selling all that Impossible Burger, and they're not telling people they're cooking it in the same grease. Yeah. See, here's the funny part. Here's the funny part. All of this shipping supply chain breakdown. It's not a supply chain breakdown. Those big shipping containers are mostly all in China's ports. You know why? China has bought up over 50% of the world's grains and food. Now, all them shipping containers that was everywhere, well, China has nowhere to store all the rice, the soybeans, and everything that they bought up, and corn. Oh, and well, guess what? All those shipping containers are full of grains sitting in the docks of China. Nowhere to go but stay on them ships. Yeah, base. Because we as humans, that is what we're supposed to eat. We're not supposed to eat meat. Well, if we weren't supposed to eat meat, why do we have canines? Have you, Starlight, have you tried going to any of the local Asian markets? They're really good. No, actually not bats and rats. That's meat. Can't be eating that. No, grubs, crickets, grasshoppers, soldier fly larvae. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be way worse than that. Yes, absolutely. Oh, impossible chicken. That fake crap. They got many a lab created meat facility in America already. Oh, the smart chicken is the one that didn't cross the road to get to the other side and didn't get hit or caught. It's let's see. There's some that's lab created. Then they have the plant based chicken, and well, yeah, I don't intend on eating it, and that's why I don't go to fast food much at all. I have very few I go to, but especially KFC, I'll never walk into. Not that I've walked into their doors any times here lately, but they signed a contract with that Impossible Meat people. It is. It's way worse for you. Yes. Now I don't. Now don't get me wrong. I don't have problem with uh vegetarian food. Now vegan food. I'm sorry. There might be some I might can stand. I'm a diehard carnivore, y'all. Now I love my vegetables and I love my meat. I like my meat in three sides. But yeah, yes, black bean burgers are wonderful if made right. If made right, they're very good. Might have to do a video on that. Oh, I was going to tell everybody. I have tried, excuse me, I have tried for the last 2 days to upload my Arbor Day celebration video. I'm going to have to split it in half and post the first part one day and post the second part the next day. I have shrunk it, and they just don't want me to post it apparently. Yeah, it depends on it, but I'm not gonna lie. Tofu comes into play, I'm out of there. No deal. Deal's off. I got enough ways to get a hold of meat. I've got meat put up, and I know how to hunt. I know how to snare. I know how to trap, and I know how to fish. That's why if y'all saw that video of me stocking up on fishing supplies, this old girl ain't gonna go hungry. I have tried to like tofu. I can't do it. I have tried. The only thing that soybeans are good for, and I don't use it a whole lot, is soy sauce. Only thing, and I try not to use that. I try to avoid the soybeans. Yeah, that stuff is nasty and it's bad for you. No, you go for it, Miss Perry. You're on your own on that one. Sorry. Well, a lot of people don't know. Have everybody noticed how men aren't quite manly like they used to be? Yes, it messes up especially men's hormones because it knocks down their testosterone and elevates their estrogen, because we both, male and females, both have estrogen and testosterone in us. Yeah, that's why if you really read ingredient labels of products, soy is in a whole lot of things. Oh, Sue Richie, you're not near as late as I am. It's okay. You got here when you meant to be here. That's fine. Oh, you're welcome. I hope you enjoy them and they bring you much happiness. That's good. You got to make sure they know how to be self-sufficient. They need to. I I fully believe that when a young lady and a young man, before they turn 18, they should not only know how to fend for themselves, hunt, fish, garden, but know how to run a house and know how to cook. Oh, believe me, I'll eat whatever I can, but I've tried tofu so many ways and I've had it. People tell me it was so wonderful, and ooh, I still haven't been able to eat it. Hey Tammy, how you doing? Welcome everybody to chat. But don't get me wrong, I'm not that picky, but I do have some limitations. But when push comes to shove, you better believe I'm going to eat. I've got to post a picture in the community tab. I found it and I like to die laughing, and a lot of people should get a really good kick out of it. I need to do that. But no, Miss Perry, don't think I'm being all finicky and stuff. but I have tried. Now I'm gonna tell you, I can't remember what that was this morning on Black. Oh, the lady that was using the mushrooms, and they were supposed to taste like oxtails. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, I want to try that and see how good it is. But I love mushrooms. Yes, I did get it, Ruth. I'm sorry I haven't been able to go back through and answer everybody. I've been so busy. I have, unfortunately. I've had tofu, and I was raised you don't spit food out. It was all I could do to force myself to swallow that stuff. Some of it tasted like chewing a rubber eraser. It was horrible. Hey, Black's Tropical, how are you doing? Sherry Soul Sister, how are you doing? But no, I've got to go back get that link because I want to find out how that woman made took those mushrooms and and had them taste like oxtails. Now I love oxtails, but I can't afford that's way too rich for me. Yeah, that's why I'm like going, huh? Tofu, I'm good. I've had it so many ways. Oh Lord. Yeah, I want to try those. But I like my mushrooms, so I won't have as much trouble eating the mushrooms as I will that tofu. Yeah, there's no telling, but it looked good from what little bit I saw of it. I'm definitely interested in it. Hey, you put enough slap your mama in it, a lot of stuff will taste good. Oh no, Miss Perry, everything's good. Everything's good. Like I said, you add enough slap your mama, it's gonna taste good. Yep. Hey, look, I love my grits. And me and you'll be at peace as long as you don't mess my grits up. Messing my grits up is almost a fighting offense. Yes, slap your mama. I love that seasoning. Love it. As long as you don't put no milk in my grits and you don't put no sugar in my grits, we'll be good. Yes, love my grits. Oh, you gotta try grits. But now, I don't know if anybody else has noticed it. Um, hey, David Gray, how are you doing? There's certain brands of grits that just do not taste good. They just, I don't know if it's the corn or how they process it, but those grits do not taste good. Now, look, I'm an old school girl. I was raised with my Aunt Jemima grits. Wonderful, David. Wonderful to hear. I was hoping they was going to make it. No, thank you. Thank you so much. But now, I am so thankful to you, David. Thank you, and I hope they make you feel a whole lot better. And like I said, if you have any questions, definitely email me. Yeah, I found that I don't like the Jim Dandy. They don't taste good. I've tried to cook them, the exact same way as I cook my other grits. They just don't taste the same. Yeah, I've ate cream of wheat many a time before as a kid, but give me a bowl of grits and I'm happier than can be. Yep, you should be able to eat grits if you can eat cream of wheat. But yeah, big old bowl of steaming, buttery, cheesy grits. Yeah, heaven. I'll tell you how I like my grits, but I don't get to make them that way very often. I I'll cook my grits. Now I cook mine with salt and water and a little pepper. That's it. Don't add none of that other stuff. And take a bowl of grits. Uh, Make sure you got enough room in your bowl to stir. I'll add some butter. Um, I'll add some good shredded medium cheddar cheese. Sometimes I'll use sharp. Mix that in real good. Get the cheese mixed in. Uh, I'll do one or two over easy eggs, and I'll chop that up in the grits. Mix that up real good, and throw in some really good salsa. No salsa from New York City now. I'm talking about good salsa. But no, and then yeah, gotta have some hot sauce. But oh, that's the way I love to eat my grits. I have to be careful how many eggs I eat. I have a slight egg allergy, so I don't get to enjoy them too often. But now duck eggs do not bother me. But I have to say one happy thing about having the egg allergy. I'll never be able to get the flu shot. You know what I have to say to that? Yes. Every once in a while, there's a silver lining to having an allergy. Which, if you think about it, on those flu shots, if what they were injecting to you was, not live, they could put that in saline and inject it into you. Egg whites, they have to use the egg whites so that it, can feed. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, because I want to try that. If it tastes like oxtails, I'm in for it. But the best thing was there was no tofu in it. It was mushrooms, and it looked actually good. I can't help it. I just and plus I know what soy products do to the human body. Hey, sister up there in the Great White. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. We've been having internet problems today. It's probably because of that ungodly wind last night. Let me tell you, that stuff was rough last night. And me and that poor little car trying to make it back home was getting blowed all over the place. I almost had to drive two-handed and was watching for limbs. And then I'm like going, well, I know which way I'm going home. I'm going home where there's the least amount of trees on the side of the road. But yeah, I love. Oh, and another thing about if you got leftover grits, which usually I try not to have leftover grits because that's kind of a shame. But if you put it in kind of like a bread pan or a small loaf pan and shape it kind of like you would polenta, but grits taste a whole lot different to me than polenta does. But let it cool down and kind of stiffen up, slice it, and let me tell you, fried grits are good. Oh man, it was stronger than 40 miles an hour here. Well, they're saying we're going to see snow this week, a possibility of snow this weekend. I'm telling you, I knew last week when we were in the 80s that we were going to pay dearly for it. Yes, they are, man. Put a little butter in that skillet, put that slice of grits in there and fry 'em. Oh, Lord, it's good. Yes, I can salsa also. But yeah, we got quite a bit of rain, but nothing like that. Now we had some really good thunder and lightning, but other than that, we dodged another bullet here. But it's to be expected. We're going from winter to spring, and winter don't like to let go of us without a fight. But oh, and another thing, I tell you what, I do this on purpose, especially if I'm making cream potatoes. I make sure that there's extra cream potatoes for the next day to make fried potato cakes. Yes, they've been doing that for a while. You know why? They want to make sure that your immune system is weakened. That's just hard to believe that you haven't been skiing up there not once. But this grand solar minimum's going to mess up a lot of things. People don't realize what's coming, and it's not hot air. It's not a scare tactic. A lot of people don't realize the weather happens in natural cycles. This is a 400 every 400-year cycle, and we're in this crap for 30 years, folks. I'm gaining weight just being here. Oh, y'all going to enjoy the videos that I have coming up. Look, I am still mad that I haven't had snow because I haven't. Well, now don't get me wrong. We rarely get snow here, so it's not like I'm missing anything big. But some of us southern people have high hopes of getting just enough snow to make some snow cream. That's all I want. I don't want 5 6 feet. 2 3 inches where I can scoop a bunch together and make a big bowl of snow cream. Now, of course, I ain't gonna lie, I like snowball fights and building snowmen, but I got that in last year with Snowpocalypse. I was good. Yep, we're only in. We'll be starting. Let's see, it's May. Towards the end of May will be the third year. We've got 27 more years to go. No, we've been through. Yeah, 27 more years to go. Look at all the snow haters coming out all of a sudden. Oh, snow cream is wonderful. It's where you take about I have a video way in the very beginning of my uh YouTube videos, and you take about 6 cups of clean snow. Make sure it's not yellow or dirty snow or anything like that. You take about 6 cups of snow, and I made a chocolate covered strawberry snow cream. It's wonderful. Yeah, I don't doubt them. Is it me buffering or is it y'all buffering? But it could also be about me talking about certain things. They like to kind of yank your chain if you talk about, stuff you're not supposed to talk about. Okay. You'll get the 6 cups of snow in a bowl. Try to keep it outside so it'll stay cold. After you gather your snow, you'll go in and take 1 can of condensed milk, a teaspoon to a tablespoon of real vanilla, depends on how you like it. You can stop there and just mix that into the snow, into your bowl of snow, mix it really good. It's going to be like it's it's a whole lot better than ice milk, and to me it actually tastes better than ice cream. And you could add fruit, whatever you wanted to, and yeah, eat up. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Perry. You have a wonderful evening. Get you some rest, and um, tomorrow starts an even better day for us all. We just got to stay positive no matter how hard it gets. We can do anything. Just got to believe in yourself. Yeah, back when I was a kid here in Memphis, we got snow. We got real snow. The kind of snow where you could, tunnel in. And of course, now you had to crawl your tail off on your hands and knees, but we were kids. Our bodies was able to do that stuff. And yeah, we'd make snow tunnels. It wasn't as ungodly brutal cold as it gets now. And let me tell you, we'd go, it's a miracle we didn't die, and it's a miracle we didn't drown. But we would go by car downtown to where the river bluffs are. It's a miracle we didn't ever end up down in the river. We came close, but we'd get those waxed banana boxes. Let me tell you, those waxed banana boxes make some amazing sleds. Good night, Miss Perry. You take care, and I look forward to seeing you again. But yeah, I don't know what it is about those waxed banana boxes, but they make an amazing sled. Apparently, my getting getting started on mulching my garden was a big hit today. I know you got to be careful. Them banana boxes go fast, especially if you got a good hill. I've come close to crashing into many a tree before. I think the scariest I ever was when I almost went down into the. It's where the Wolf River meets with the Mississippi River. Yeah, I just knew I was going to go in that river, and I bailed off that box real fast. Now, we either had the waxed banana boxes or the old metal garbage can lids. Not the ones they have nowadays, but back when garbage cans were actually metal. Now, if you got it going with that, you that one would slide really good. Slip sliding away is more like slip sliding flying away. There was quite a few times Of course, we had a death grip on them banana boxes, but there was a many a times we come up and went airborne. Of course, now after you'd run that snow down, coming down for landing always. That didn't feel too good, but we was too busy having fun to worry about it. And then there was always the death trap, solid metal uh, spinning thing at the city park, where one person or all of y'all would run as fast as you can and see how fast you could get on, make it go, and try to jump on and hang on for dear life. There was a couple times I got flung off. There was a couple times I got it going fast enough. We were hanging barely onto it, and our legs were sticking straight out. That was the days when we actually had fun. You can't hardly get kids to do anything like that. They're too busy attached to a game system or a a telephone. They they don't know how to get dirty and build up immune systems anymore. That or you swing on them big swings and you get going and see if you could fling around. Yeah, I done the fling around once, and yeah, I was good after that. I didn't need to. No, I was good. Didn't need to do that again because that was scary. But that was back when life was a whole lot more simpler and people actually, got kids got to be kids. We got to play, we got to get dirty, and we knew to behave. If I would have pulled some of the stuff that these kids do now, back when I was a kid, I would have been toothless and dead if I tried to pull what these kids nowadays pull on their parents. Mm-mm. Yeah, it was good times back when we didn't have to worry about being kidnapped and stuff by creepers and stuff. Hey, Tampa Barbecue Queens, how are you doing? Well, did anybody have any gardening questions or any prepping questions or who Lord? No, you know what I hated? I didn't mind about the fly swatter was bad enough. Hey LP, how you doing? What I hated having to do is go cut my own switch. That was more torture than anything because you better get the right switch or you was going to get it even worse. But didn't get spanked unless we done something really bad. Anybody have any questions or anything, you know, they wanted to ask? Ooh, yeah, it was hanging in the living room, so where's the fly swatter? Oh, yeah, no, you brought in a small switch. You was going to really get it. Hello, October Opal. How are you doing? The ones I really hated cutting was the privet head switch because no, ooh, ooh. I'm gonna be doing a video on that. I learned a really good recipe from Humble Servant Homestead. They done a really good video on doing the squash vine borer, and also diatomaceous earth helps. But with the saying of the diatomaceous earth, you have to be careful because once it gets wet, you have to re-sprinkle it. Yes, you just cut the one end off. That's how I do it. You'll laugh. You know how I got rid of the last armadillo I had trouble with? It's a miracle I didn't kill myself. I took off running with it with the after it with the broom. I swatted it a good time and never saw that one come back. And that was a long time ago. But yeah, I just cut the one end on the that hose that comes with the regular mouth and the wide mouth lids and go from there. It's not hard to do. But I'm trying to remember the Vine Borer. It was Castile soap. I think it was lavender or rosemary essential oil, and I think it might have been one more, but it wasn't much because uh, a little goes a really long way. Now, of course, also with the squash vine borer, um, your good nematodes will work wonders. So will real ladybugs as well. I might have been geranium oil. I'm trying to remember. Uh, Humble Servants Homestead. They have a really good channel, and apparently it worked very well. Think it's geranium, but don't get me to line. No, it wasn't neem oil. It was Castile. I think it was no. This was in like a gallon jug. A tablespoon of Castile, some drops of rosemary or lavender, and the other one might have been peppermint. Oh yes, it's getting time for those heifers to come out. The ones I call the white moths, because they'll get your stuff. You're welcome. I wished I could remember that. Um, but yeah, look at humble. Excuse me. Humble Servants Homestead. They have a video on it, and it's really good. Yeah, I don't like killing the moths and stuff, but sometimes you got to. As long as they, proliferate and frolic somewhere far away from my garden, we're fine. I'm not going to bug it. Don't come bugging my garden. Yes, gypsy moths are really bad. Really bad. But yeah, that time I took out after the armadillo with the broom, that was just way too funny. I didn't hurt it, but I scared the daylights out of it. Yeah, I knew which one you was talking about. I was just saying that I saw a white moth the other day, so it's time to watch out for them. Now listen, if you can, um, catch those eggs on a leaf that can be cut, pack the leaf like who was it? Who said about the mud? I can't remember who said about the mud, but cut that leaf off, get all those eggs, either burn that leaf or either put that leaf into rubbing alcohol, pack that cut leaf with mud. That's a fast way to eradicate them too. I have heard about that method, but I haven't done it myself. Yes, yes, you will have mites. Mites are coming out really bad. Did you make sure you got all the eggs? But now I know also that you can make that spray with chrysanthemums, some chrysanthemum flowers. That works really good. Yep, yep, I've done that before too. Oh, I didn't get to tell everybody. Excuse me. Not meaning to be rude. Sorry, I'm just really tired. It's been a long day. Um, Yesterday, um, I was blessed to get about 20 ish, somewhere around in there, 5 gallon buckets that had already been drilled for gardening, um, plant trays, seed starter trays, bird netting. What else did I get? Um, Big ball of plastic sheeting, and yeah, yeah, I was lucky, but I don't know if they had sold the greenhouse or if that had gotten thrown away as well, because they got rid of everything they had pertaining to gardening. And I was just in shock. If I'd had, and of course, my other half was, yeah, he was working. So if I'd had a truck, oh Lord, there was like 25 pallets. I would have been in heaven. And neighbors love it. But yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know if they sold or threw away the greenhouse because the covering for the greenhouse was ripped. It ain't hard to replace them. Ain't hard to replace them. And here I am. I die to have a greenhouse. I don't need nothing massive, but just big enough. But yeah, that's okay. I'm fine if the neighbors think I'm crazy. I'm trying to make sure they realize I am, and so they'll leave me alone. The more crazier I can get them to think I am, the safer I am. Yeah, I'd like to have one of those little ones. I have my little baby hoop house, which is working great. My thing is the hoop house just isn't big enough to do a whole bunch of. I can get a bunch of trays in there, but I can't walk in there. I have to bend and well hold back like it used to be. Stay in their lane. Look, I die laughing when spring comes around and the storms kind of start settling down. I try to make the creepiest possible scarecrows there are. No, because around here, them milk jugs would be flying away. No, I done. If you see my grow bag, all my planting was done outside, and I'm still laughing about the MIG grow off. People blaming weather for their plants dying. Well, my plants aren't dead. They've been outside since January 1st of that grow off. They ain't had no heat and they ain't had much light, but they have had a will to survive. But now I've seen a lot of people use the milk jugs and have really good luck with it. I'm gonna have to watch the Garden of the Eden and do those milk jugs. Yeah, there's quite a few in the grow off contest is trying to blame uh the winter cold for killing their bags or their buckets. Not buying it. Winter sowing is what WS is. A dear friend of mine who has a channel who lives in Millington, she does uh, winter sowing videos. Her channel is Garden of the Eden. She's been doing really good with the germination and growing in the winter jugs, the milk jugs. Oh, I had a bunch of collards and kale and a whole bunch of your hardcore plants. Excuse me, that take winter temperatures very well. Had them out in the garden. They were doing great, beautiful, until those single digit temperatures came along back when we had the first ice storm this year. Well, they told me, Toodles, we're out of here. So I just knew they had all died. I happened to look at the corner out of my eye when I was working in the garden, and I've got to walk over next time I get a chance to check it out. There's either one kale or one collard green that has survived those temperatures. Unprotected, anything. No protection, no nothing. So I didn't lose all of them. Yes, I love ghost peppers. I make jelly with them and pepper salt and pepper sauce. But I love hot peppers. I grow hot peppers like crazy. But I also grow the Carolina Reapers too. They make a good jelly for those who are brave enough. But I make all kinds of. You're gonna have to excuse me. Apparently my oxygen level's low or something, or my iron level's low again. Yes, I grow all kinds of hot peppers. I love hot peppers, and I make jelly with them. I'm very well known for my pepper jelly. Oh wow. Yeah, daffodils are blooming like crazy here. The forsythia's blooming. The quince have started to bloom. All the beautiful tulip dogwoods are blooming. And of course, now the daffodils and the forsythia all manage better. But yep, here we go. I told them, don't you bloom in this warm weather. Stay asleep. You think they listened? Nope. Hey, how you doing, Club Paris? How you doing? Yes, I had a couple crazy roses try to bloom too. Yeah, Mignon, I definitely need to. When I get time after the chat, I'm gonna email you back. I'll wait for your email. Uh, there's a local gardening group you would like too. They're a lot of fun, and we have two big swaps a year. And when I say swaps, it can be seeds, it can be plants, anything that you can make garden decorations with, power tools, you name it. You never know what you're coming home with. Yeah, the crocus will be fine. That's okay, Pam. As long as you're having fun, enjoy yourself. Yeah, my pecans haven't come up yet. I haven't got to check them. But as for potatoes, no, I'll wait till after St. Patrick's Day to plant potatoes because we still freeze. I know a lot of people say plant potatoes around Valentine's Day. Nope, it's way too early for here. I usually plant my potatoes right before or after St. Patrick's Day, or known as Irish Heritage Day to me because not big on the story about St. Patrick. But yes, I'm looking forward to seeing all those pecans I planted. I'm hoping they all come up. So far, knock on wood, the squirrels haven't got them yet. But yeah, LP, I don't know if you've seen my grow bag updates. That's regular plastic on that hoop house. I have grown that grow bag since January 1st in my little hoop house. No heat, no nothing. And they've survived and they've done very well. But I also watched them like hawks, making sure that those sides didn't come up or anything, and bring them out when it's a fairly nice day, because you still, even though growing in there, even though it hasn't had any artificial light, no heat, no anything, you still really have to acclimate them from coming out of there as well. Yeah, it's my MIG grow off uh videos. I am so proud of that little grow bag. It has not had any artificial light, no heat, no nothing. That baby has been through 3 ice storms, multitudes of tornado warnings and watches, and guess what? She's still a thriving, and I, knock on wood, have not lost a plant one. But you can grow stuff in those little hoop houses. It don't have to be nothing fancy. Now I will tell you, we got down to single digits quite a few times here, and we've been really cold this year, and she's done beautiful. If you don't know where the pecan came from, what give thanks to a little furry rat known as a squirrel, because it probably planted it and forgot where it put it. Now, LP, the only thing when you're doing those little hoop houses, like during the winter, you can't let snow or ice build up on them at all. Oh, and another thing, LP, I have uh no, not last year, but year before last, I started some lemons from seed. Had one survive. I thought it died during the snowpocalypse of last year because the hoop house collapsed because of all the weight of the snow. So I, put everything out of the hoop house when it was time to start sowing seeds, and didn't think of anything. I thought it was dead. Well, when it got time to start putting things into the hoop house in hopes that they would survive winter, um, lo and behold, I found the lemon tree alive. And guess what? The little lemon tree is still alive in that unheated hoop house. And I know for a fact them babies have been ungodly cold in that hoop house. The only thing that's kept them alive is no frost has touched them. That's the one thing that has kept them alive. No frost has touched them. Look, I'm looking forward. Even my garlic is looking. Now, the garlic that was growing outside is looking just a tad bit rough, but man, it's taking off like crazy. Now, I'll tell you, if you want a champion winter grower, garlic. Oh, believe me, I was paranoid when those ice storms came because I wasn't gonna with my grow bag in there. I could not take a chance of the same thing happening when snowpocalypse come through last year. Now, what I done is I put some stakes in the ground. I have this really small. Uh, you really can't call it a raised bed, but it's like four 2x4s, one going down the side and one at the ends. And I put some stakes in, and I took a 6 foot piece of PVC pipe, the gray PVC pipe, if I remember right, and just hooped it over, which gives me about a 3 foot tall hoop house. And I done one, two, three. It's either four. I think it's four hoops. And what I done is I took another piece of uh, 6 foot PVC pipe and used it as a brace for the top and zip tied the other hoops onto that so it'd brace it. And that's what I'm growing in. Hello, Brian's Lost Hills Homestead. How are you doing? That's the main thing is the tree survived. But yeah, I am proud. My little lemon tree, well, it's not so little now. It's over, probably about 2 feet tall now. It has survived two winters outside. Now, granted, it's been cold as can be, but no frost has hit it. Wonderful to hear. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. But even though, it's acclimated to the cold, it's not acclimated to the frost. Well, actually, last year, let me take that back. When snowpocalypse come through, it was, and the hoop house collapsed. It was buried under about a foot of snow. But yeah, it's been kind of baby this year, so no, it's only about 2 foot tall. It's looking a little rough because it's been cold this year, but yeah, it's doing great. It's still hanging in there like a champ. Now I cannot tell you what kind of lemon it was because or is, excuse me, because it was just seeds out of a lemon when I was making my last batch of elderberry syrup last year. I'm not really too worried about names or what kind of lemons they are, as long as I get a lemon off of them. That's what I'm looking forward to. But I want to get a few other fruit trees. Sorry, y'all, not meaning to be rude. Yes, it grew real fast. Because let me tell you, that poor little thing, and it broke my heart when I found it. Because that poor little lemon tree, it was a survivor. Because it was over in the pots of, where you have the, have you heard on Tarzan the elephant graveyard that was the 1 gallon graveyard of pots. Hey Chuck, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing great. Hey Gardener Twitty, how are you doing? Ha ha ha! Look who's still coming in. I'm happy to see y'all. I figured I'd go a little bit later on chat since, well, I got to chat late. It's bad when you make it to your own chat late. Yeah, I've got thanks to Tammy, I have a bunch of wine berries to plant. So y'all made it pretty good through the storms, both of you. I'm doing great. I'm still above ground. Apparently, I still have more people to harass, so my job's not done. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do. Now that's going to, like I said, for those coming in the chat. Uh, I filmed, when was it? Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. I went to the Memphis Arbor Day celebration, and well, apparently the video is too big, and I gave up after it loading. After and we got good internet, and it was still loading and had barely moved past 22%. I'm like, no, no. So I'm gonna break up the Arbor Day celebration video into two parts. Yes, I got a lot of stuff I've been wanting to get out there and do, but I knew we was gonna pay for that weather last week. That weather was beautiful. Go from 1 minute yesterday we were at 83, and right now we're probably, hold on, let me see what we're at. We went we went straight from sweating to freezing to death. But that's nothing new for us here. I'm telling you, Mother Nature bipolar. But it's not all Mother Nature's fault. It's the grand solar minimum, and we better get prepared for that one. Hey, Healthy G Mom, how are you doing? Yeah, we're at 43 right now. Feels like 38. Now, at this time last night, we were at 78 and had those, of course, had those tornado warnings. Good night, Cat Roby. I look forward to seeing you again in the next chat, and of course throughout the week. I've got some interesting videos to do this week. I am above ground and doing great. Thank you. Any day above ground is a great day, and it means I have one more day to either teach somebody or harass somebody. Wait a minute. South Mississippi. What are you doing down in South Mississippi? Take care, Ruth. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Hopefully, next time I won't be late. Well, it's all part of the grand solar minimum. We got 27 more years of this crazy weather, and it's only going to get worse. I thought y'all were in Oklahoma, Chuck. Well, Lord, I was sure off. Oh no, 50s is going to be a heat wave. They're already talking. We're going to get up here. We're supposed to get snow this weekend. A good chance. But yeah, we went from tornado weather warnings last night to freezing our tails off. Oh no, I wasn't just off a little bit, I was off a whole lot. Even if it was as the crow flies, that crow would be giving me an ugly stink eye. Listen, I thought I was ready for 72 and warm weather. Oh no. Because, our bodies need time to, acclimate to the weather, get used to the warm ups and the cool downs. Oh no. No, we just get the rug jerked out from under us. I went from sweating to death. I thought I was gonna. Let's see, the first day of this year that I sweated was Wednesday, and I'm like going, I'm not ready for this crap. I'm not ready to be sweating. And then no, it was Thursday. It was Thursday. I went to Arbor Day at the Botanic Garden Friday, started sweating all over again. And then I was doing the garden video on Saturday. And I said, I had enough of all this sweating now. But yeah, I like the temperature to be in about 60s and 70s. But when we were so used to being cold for so long, and then bam, here we are hot. And last week I knew when I saw those 70s and 80s, I knew we were fixing to pay dearly for enjoying that weather. Yes, it was 83 that day and partly cloudy. The wind helped a little bit, but not much. Yeah, we're supposed to have a freeze tonight, and then they're talking about snow this weekend. But yeah, winter's nowhere near done with us yet. It's not done. And these people, and then of course now when I was at the Arbor Day celebration, I busted out laughing because here's the director. Now, granted, he's the director of the Botanic Garden. That just means he runs the money side and the finances and all of that, and has no idea what goes on in the garden. He welcomed everybody. He goes, "I'd like to welcome you all to this beautiful spring day." And I'm like going, it's still winter, people. It's still winter. Oh, it's going to get worse. You haven't seen the worst yet. We're going to start getting a whole lot colder, and the cold's going to last a whole lot longer. Yeah, I done 10 loads of that mulch, and I said, I'm good. I've done enough for today. The 83 degrees kicked my tail. Now, if I had had a warm up to where the body got acclimated to it, and I would have had that whole side done. But no, I wasn't ready. I mean, you can't expect your body to go from 30s and 40s and be perfectly fine with zooping up to 83. No, it don't work that way. Yeah, I'm jealous of y'all, Chuck. I saw those gardenias. I like my azaleas, but man, I like gardenias. And I like camellias too. I was like going, lucky rat. Y'all get them all planted? Yep. I know it. I saw that and my heart skipped a beat. I'm like, oh my gracious, lucky rat. Good, good. But I'm telling you, you sent them women into panic cutting that camera on. Hey, Andale, how are you doing? But yeah, I'd get plants like that from either the compost pile at the Botanic Garden or plants that people are digging up because, they don't want them because, something bigger, better, and prettier comes along. And yep, I adopt all those poor little unwanted refugees. Oh no, it's not going to be normal weather that you're used to, because you got to realize this is a weather cycle none of us have ever seen. None of us have experienced. It only happens every 400 years. And, well, folks, welcome to the rodeo, or welcome to the carnival. Take your seat. But yeah, we're going to be seeing, as time progresses, we're going to be seeing winners like the Pilgrims experience. But yeah, Chuck, I was dying laughing. You just startled that one poor lady half to death when you said you were filming. I couldn't help but laugh at that one. But yep, y'all get a chance. Y'all need to go over to Life with Belinda and Chuck. He has some really good humor. Yes, every 400 years. And welcome to the ride. And it lasts for 30 years. It is. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Gardner Twitty. All right, now we've been through two complete cycles of it. We're going, let's see, yeah, March, no, not March, May, to just a hair past the middle of May is when our third year starts of this crap. Each year's going to get worse. You're not going to be able to predict weather like you used to. You're not going to be able to. Wait, whose spirit is contagious? But yes, you're absolutely right. It is the beginning of a small ice age. Because if everybody remembers what happened to the pilgrims, well, one, I'm sorry, they were stupid when they the first batch come over here because they all froze to death and didn't know how to eat. But that's beside the point. Um, yeah, they froze to death. They could not get warm no matter what they tried. But yeah, and to think we've got 27 more years of a 30-year cycle. So it should be interesting. And as the old saying is, buckle up, Buttercup. We're in for an interesting ride. And that's why I was telling people you need to really start keeping a weather journal. That way you can see what's going on. And for the love of God, you've got to start saving your own seeds. Because even though each year is going to be colder, a little colder, um, those seeds are still going to be slightly acclimated. That's all we can do. Stay positive, ride it out, and do the best we can. Yep. The, my old tail ain't planning on going anywhere. Be having to get me one of those motorized little scooter things. And I'll be still doing teaching videos, show y'all how to do all kinds of stuff running around, hover around on my little hover around. Yes, definitely have to start storing more foods. The but important, smart foods, foods that that'll keep you alive for longer. Got to think of our ancestors: beans, rice, flour, salt, sugar, honey. Yeah, sugar's important because you got you got to have salt, you got to have sugar, preservatives to can with. Um, and just like even if we can't um, can because of no lids, we can still vacuum seal some things, keep it fresh for a long time. Oh, wonderful! That's wonderful to hear. Have you not got a package yet, Healthy G Mom? Yes, I've got a big playlist on how to dehydrate foods. Also, how to make your own instant rice. Yep, you should be having a package coming in soon. But yeah, not only sugar to make vinegar, but sugar to preserve fruits. Natural, do it naturally with fruits. But we're going to have to, as time goes on, figure out sneakier ways to save our food. Now, even though I absolutely love to can and water bath can, pressure can, and dehydrate and everything, I'm telling you, if I had the money right now, I'd be ordering me a freeze dryer. Yes, how to make your own instant rice. A lot of people don't realize how easy it is. Your minute rice, I make my own instant rice. I don't buy it. There's the video should be in the dehydrating playlist. Which is better? Whatever you can eat. Now, actually, with what's coming down the pike, I'd rather have. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my canned foods and everything, but for being able to get the heck out of Dodge fast enough, uh, your freeze dry is your best because you can make all your MREs. Because guess what, people? It's not hard to boil water, and you can load tubs up, storage tubs, with way more homemade MREs than you can canning jars. No, freeze dryer. But if you think about it, it's a freeze dryer is not as bad. It's trying to come up with that initial payment. That's the hard part because we could be making our own freeze dried butter powder, our own eggs, freeze dry whole milk. Don't buy that nasty low fat powdered milk. Ugh. Uh, Powdered eggs. I don't care what anybody said. Powdered eggs are good. Um, Meals ready to eat because once you cook the food, you put it in the freeze dryer. You can freeze dry meatloaf. You can freeze dry as long as everything's cooked. Um, Freeze dry bacon, chicken, beef, pork, you name it. And when it comes time to eat, you just gotta heat up some boiling water, which is not hard to do. Know what the amount of boiling water you need, and poof, there you can have your meatloaf, cream potatoes and gravy, and corn or peas or freeze dried carrots and everything. And those are good for over 30 years. Yeah, the freeze dried is better for you, but like I said, it's that first initial jump for that the one I want. I mean, yeah, I could use the large and keep it running, but I would be perfectly happy with the medium. The medium freeze jars running about 2,600. Some once in a blue moon you can get it. They'll have a sale on, but yeah, that right there is an investment that will pay for itself in the long run. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still canning food, I'm still dehydrating food, but when um when that miracle day happens and I get a freeze dryer, now I will be doing way more freeze dried food because you can get 100 meals that are light as a feather in a tub. Now imagine 100 meals in jars, how much that would be like trying to carry that. Well, SOL is all I could say if the power goes out. SOL. But I'd be using it until that happened. And you could freeze dry quite a bit before that happens. But yeah, I've been looking at freeze dryers for many years, and I keep wondering how am I gonna make that miracle money appear? I don't know. I've camped with canned goods. Throw them puppies in a backpack, wrap them to where they don't clank together so people don't hear you, and take off. But with the freeze dried MREs and other things, it's a whole lot more quiet, more faster, and yeah, it's not as hard to boil water to make you food. All right, now I'm seeing messages retracted. Stop that now. I'm reading them. No need to delete your messages. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, think about it. All right, you cook a big dinner, you feed yourselves, and you take the leftovers. You cut the meatloaf up into slices, and you got cream potatoes. You take your cream potatoes, put them on the tray in the freeze dryer. Put your sliced meatloaf on the tray in the freeze dryer. And I mean, you can have corn, you can have carrots, you can have peas. Now, if you don't care what the ending outcome is that you just want to eat, you can use one of the Mylar bigger bags and put your meatloaf, your cream potatoes, and all your vegetables in that one bag. Because believe me, it's going to look the same once it gets into your stomach as what you're eating to begin with. But if you don't want them, to be together, you can do uh, the way I would do it is take a bigger Mylar bag and put your slice of meatloaf in the bottom of that Mylar bag, and me, I'd put everything in the same bag, but that's me. Um, because I don't like to waste Mylar bags. But you can Mylar bag your freeze dried cream potatoes and whatever vegetable and put them all in. And a lot of people don't know. Oh, okay. It was a bot. I was trying to figure out what happened. Um, a lot of people don't know when you go to seal up the freeze dried MREs that your little, how do you put it? Like your Nutter Butter cookies or your chocolate chip cookies in it, the individual serving ones. Well, if you nick open and kind of bust the seal on the cookies, you can put that down in a Mylar bag, vacuum seal all that close, but just remember before you put that boiling water in, take your cookies out, and your cookies will still be perfectly fine to eat. Meatloaf casserole or shepherd's pie, either or. Yeah, I missed the bot. I got all into talking and was having fun, and bot just, yep. Ain't that the truth? And we know that's not going to happen. It's not going to rise big for your end, it will for the other end. I love a good shepherd's pie when it's made right. When it's made right. Now, I've had some horrible ones. Oh, Lord, I've had some horrible ones. But it's complete meals. And I'll tell you another thing. I don't know if many people know about tamale pies. No, it's not a sweet dessert. I love tamale pies. I need to do a video on how to make a tamale pie. I have tried. They keep coming. They keep coming. They'll come back. But no, tamale pies are really good. Shepherd's pie is really good. Uh, yes, it's best to store freeze dried foods to get the 30-year storage limit. Well, 30 to 50 years. I've known some people try them after 50 years. You need to use the Mylar because the Mylar is a whole lot stronger of a bag. Yeah, I'll finally get me one. I've seen a many a homestead show have the get the freeze dryers and just wasting having one because it's sad when people are freeze drying snacky crap and not focused on actually freeze drying food. I need your beauty sleep. Yes, you be careful. Don't get hurt or nothing. And I will definitely see you soon, sister. Love you. And try to enjoy the snow free up there. I'm still shocked that you're snow free. But yeah, when the way I look at it, also, when you go to the trouble, it's not. Don't get me wrong, it's not trouble. But when you go, how do y'all want to put it? Let's just say the old way, going to the trouble. It don't mean that nothing bad. To dehydrate something or freeze dry something for 18 to 24 hours. You want to make sure that stuff stays freeze dried and it doesn't go bad on you. No, no, we haven't had any snow this year. We've had all ice. It's either been ice or ice and sleet. Now, there's a small chance we're getting snow this weekend. I'm not holding my breath because they know I want snow cream. And there's a good chance that I won't see snow. But no, last night we were under tornado warning, and man, that wind was bad enough. But no, no snow. But like what I was saying, if you're going to go to that much trouble to freeze dry something important, put it, take the time to put it up correctly. Honestly, I have not grew that one, so I cannot answer you on that one. Now, I have heard of it. I've heard some people say that it was crazy. They were crazy about it. Now, I will tell you one good thing that I really like is Malabar spinach. I love Malabar spinach, and it's the one. It's kind of like spinach. It's not exactly like spinach. It's a little thicker, has a little more moisture in it. But let me tell you, that's good in soup. It's good in stir fry, and you can grow it, and it loves the heat of summer when no other spinach is going to grow in that heat. But yeah, I see a lot of people with freeze dryers who aren't doing anything with them at all. Believe me, it'd be going night and day. Of course, you got to let them have a break once in a while. But yeah, I'd be so stocked up now. It'd be it'd be wonderful. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm stocked, but when you can stock that much faster, and yeah, there's a lot you can do with those freeze dryers. A whole lot. Because I mean, freeze dry a whole pork chop. They reconstitute fine. You can freeze dry, spaghetti, already cooked spaghetti. Just measure out your amounts. Freeze dry lasagna. The sky's the limit what you can do. Yes, I have several sweet potato leave videos on how to cook them. I also dehydrated them. I put them in soup. Which freeze dried meats, because regular dehydrator meat, you can't dehydrate meat, not in a regular dehydrator, unless you want to dance the tango of food poisoning. But no, but the shelf life of freeze dried meat is 30 to 50 years. Thank you so much, and welcome to chat, Cheyenne Wyoming Urban Gardener. I'm bad with names, so don't think I'm being disrespectful. Oh yeah, you could easily. Jerky, you can't keep jerky out for long because it will get you'll get food poisoning. Jerky, a lot of jerky, unless it's ungodly soaked in preservatives, it has to be refrigerated. Yeah, I get tongue tied every once in a while. But yeah, jerky is good, but you got to be careful how you do it. No, not always. Sometimes they're smoke cured, and the reason why you can buy them in bags on the shelf, if you notice, they got the moisture package in there, and they are so soaked in oh, what's it called? They're so soaked in preservatives. No, they're actually smoked most of the time. You can dehydrate them in the dehydrator. I just don't do it because for something like that, I don't want to have to worry about keeping it all refrigerated. Because doing it homemade is a whole lot different than what these companies use. Yes, the nitrates, which causes people to have ungodly headaches or high blood pressure. Thank you, LP, and you have a blessed evening and an even better week ahead. Yeah, it will definitely salt cure those hams. But even with that being said, you have to be careful because some of those hams do go bad because you can't always guarantee that all that moisture is out of them. I've known several people who's went to a nice country ham dinner and yeah, I got sick as a dog from food poisoning. But as for my hams, I cut them up and I just pressure can them. I can my bacon, I can my ham, turkey, pork, beef. Well, beef when I'm blessed enough to catch it to where we can actually afford it. But yeah, right now my only option is pressure canning meat because believe me, I've almost got a year's supply of just spaghetti sauce with meat in it. Pemmican's a different story because that, if done right, and that's the hard part, done right, lasts for a very long time as long as it's stored right. Oh Lord, all you gotta do is come down south. There's plenty of wild hog. Um, the dehydration of vegetables and fruits are good, but it's still going to have a smaller shelf life because you can't suck all the moisture out of them, no matter how hard you try. But the freeze dried lasts so much longer. No, but I'm a wanting to. The simple way to do it. Uh, get you a kiddie pool. Now, of course, you're gonna have to watch out for snakes while growing rice, and fill your kiddie pool with good soil. Make sure that it's fertilized, and throw your rice in there, cover it up, soak it down real good. Now, depending on your rice, you got to know if you got to keep it flooded or not. And I'm gonna warn you: be prepared for skeeters. You're gonna have plenty of mosquitoes. Oh no, I know what you meant about wild boar because we have them down here. But yeah, you gotta watch out. No, we call them. See, down here we call them wild hogs. They're the actual wild boars. Yes, we call them wild hogs down here because they're just everywhere. But you gotta be careful because a lot of them have the parasites, and you gotta watch that. See, here's the problem. It's not a problem. It's a southern terminology. Um, with your older canners, and if they have the rubber rings and everything, get the rubber rings brand new. Go in and replace them. But yeah, just go ahead. Uh, Best thing to do, really, if you got an old canner, as long as you know that it works, get you brand new seals or gaskets for them, whichever they need. Get a backup one. But that's why I got my All American. Excuse me. That's why I got the All American because I don't have to worry about no rubber seals or gaskets or nothing. Yep, I've got the Cherokee lineage too. But that's why I went on and bit the bullet when this government wanted to give away free money. I took that free money and you put it to good use on things that keep us alive. Water canner's good for only a few certain things like jams, jellies, some vegetables and everything. But if you want to do like meats or anything, you have to have a pressure canner. You can't get away with water bath. I mean, if you technically wanted to, you could water bath can meat. I'm not promoting this, but you'd have to can it for 2 to 3 hours. I got better things to do. No, my people refuse to sign. My people refuse to sign those rolls because they fought. They wasn't going to be slaves to the government, and I'm not going to even attempt to get the card because the way I look at it, why are we the only nationality that walks this planet that has to have a plastic card to prove who we are? No, I am not allowing the government to keep their thumb on me. It's honestly better to be safe than sorry. Now, when excuse me, well, when it really hits the fan, we might have to go to where we have to boil the meat in jars for so long. But unless you really have really stocked back lids, you ain't gonna really have to be, thinking about canning because you can have all the jars you want, but it ain't gonna work if you don't have not a lid for them. All right, did anybody have any more questions? Because I feel like I'm being rude. I don't mean to yawn. And I've coughed a couple times. That's only because I haven't had enough to drink. And I'm talking about coffee, folks, nothing else. But now, hey, G Mama Grows, how are you doing? Good night, darling. It was good to see you, and you take care and have a good week ahead, one full of many blessings. Well, see, I don't use any of that. What I do is I can fried apples. I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to cause y'all to yawn too. No, it's not too late. I got a late start, so I figured I'd stay on just a little bit later. Oh, yes. Yes. This is my new coffee cup. It is a Bubba coffee cup. It holds almost 8 cups of coffee. I ended up, I was on a mission trying to find certain props for upcoming videos, and I couldn't find them, but I found this and another one at the Goodwill for $2.99. So me and my other half each have one. It holds a hair over 8 cups of coffee. Hey Renee, how are you doing? Oh, you're welcome, darling. I'm happy to see you. Yes. See, a lot of people don't realize my blood type is coffee, and I'm very serious about my coffee. Yes, it's a coffee pitcher. And also, I do not like Starbucks. Oh, I might be. It's already a little over a quarter of an acre now, my garden is. So, um, I really can't come up. I could kind of go back, but I'm trying not to expand too much where we are because we have a feeling that we're not going to be there for long. If the shit hits fan, we're going to get out of Dodge because, yeah, still too close to the city for my likes. Yes, I can't help it. I drink coffee. That is how I get water in me. Thank you, Andel. It was good seeing you too, and thanks for coming by. I'll see you tomorrow night. You better believe it. I'll be there for that sauce. But my favorite coffee is community coffee. I love community coffee, or actually, to be honest, any real good coffee, as long as it's not Starbucks. Oh no, no, Tennessee's a whole lot more conservative than you think. There's been mass migrations, people, mass migrations, and a lot of we've also become constitutional carry as well. So, and it was about time for that also. But no, Tennessee ain't what you think it is. Um, but no, what you're going to end up wanting to do is get higher up in elevation if possible because flood's coming, like it or not. And I'm not talking about Noah or anything. I'm talking about natural occurring floods. And we ain't seen the beginning yet of this grand solar minimum. That's why I tell people, please get your seeds now. Heirloom if possible. Please stay away from those hybrids. Each year from now on, save as many seeds as you can because you're going to need them because each year is going to get worse, like it or not. And it's not fear factor, it happens. It happened 400 years ago. Here we are again. You're going to need your strong seeds because each year of going through the crap that we're going to be going through weather wise You need your seeds to be as strong as possible. And that's why I'm going to even more heirloom seeds. And I busted out laughing. I found two new heirloom seeds. I have, if anybody happens to hear of some Missouri Wonder green beans, I am looking for the seeds for them. I have searched, they're all sold out. I am looking for those seeds. Yeah, some mountains, it's going to be good, but you're going to have to be careful because everybody else is going to be coming this way that hasn't prepared. I'm looking for Missouri Wonder seeds. If anybody has any Missouri Wonder green bean seeds, let me know. I will trade you something good or I will buy them from you. I got two new green bean seeds. One dates back to the middle 1800s. I'll read it more when I get them in. And I couldn't help myself when I bought them. I'm not going. This is a seed that needs to be in my garden. They're called Fat Boy green beans. Thank you. I'm trying to be informative. I'm trying to encourage everybody as much as possible. The main thing I want people to realize, I'm not fear factoring. I don't want you scared. I don't want you paranoid because that's not a good thing. You'll never think straight. If you're scared, you're paranoid. It's smart. Be smart, be wise, and be informed. And that's how you survive. Because panic will get you killed. Panic and being paranoid will get you killed faster than anything. Well, I found a place that's now they ain't cheap, and that's what irks me. But they have about 60 different kinds of green beans that have come from Appalachia, except the Missouri Wonder. But they got one I really want to get a hold of just for. Yes, I love heirlooms. I look to see, look at the genetics, see how they look and everything. I don't do hybrids, I don't do GMOs or anything. But this place that I accidentally found when trying to search for the elusive sacred Missouri Wonder green bean has like 60 different green beans seeds that only grew, and they're all heirloom, only grew in Appalachia. And one of them I got to get just because of the name, because bean any green bean that has the name Greasy Grits needs to be in my garden. Not that I like greasy grits, but just the fact of the name Greasy Grits. And they're a beautiful bean. Now, some of those beans that I was looking at, it was like, ooh, do I really want to put that in a jar? But that's just me being me. But I got, let me go back. I got the Fat Boy, no, Fat Man. Fat Man? Yeah, Fat Man green bean seeds. They're pole bean because people need to get away from growing bush beans. They need to go vertical. And there's another one that dates back to the very beginning of 1800s. It comes, I think, out of Virginia. Like I said, I'll read the package when they come in. Uh, it was strictly grown in the cornfields as a cornfield bean. So I'm looking forward to having those two uh, for seed stock. But I am just shocked how hard it is to get Missouri Wonder seeds. Now, I had Kentucky Wonder last year. They're easy to get, but I was not impressed with them at all. Most of all my seeds are are all heirlooms. That way that I can know that, I don't have to worry about my seeds when I go to save them. I'm trying to catch up on chat. Y'all still out there, or oh, y'all went quiet? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll be more than happy to mention what leaves are edible out in the garden. More than happy to. Yes, the Missouri Wonder is a really older heirloom, and then the Kentucky Wonder, and they're a bigger green bean, and they're a little more flat, kind of like a Romano green bean, but they're an old heirloom. Yeah, everybody went quiet, so I was like going, "Oh, is everybody still there?" Are you talking about a pink banana, also known as uh, oh man, a pink banana, uh, Amish something or Mennonite something? What's my take on black eyed peas? I want some cornbread, not sweet, and I want them black eyed peas cooked. No, I grow black eyed peas every year because to me they taste a whole lot better, and I know where those seeds come from. And a lot of now, what I'm saying is, especially those in smaller spaces, grow vertical, do the pole beans. That's why I do. They're known as cow peas. They're known as southern peas. That's what I grow because they go vertical, and you get a whole lot more for your money. Audrey, I spent over 2 hours the other night trying to find it. I've heard of those squash, but I've heard them by another name. Swear I've heard of those Tahitian squash. Yep, still up, but going to be heading out here in a little bit. Okay, all right. Now we're narrowing it down. But I've seen them. Either I've seen them in a catalog or somebody's entered them in a fair around here or something. I've seen those squash. Now, I'll tell you another one that I love to grow is Tennessee sweet potato squash. Ooh, those are good. Here's the problem with pickling. I love pickled stuff. My other half don't. He tastes any vinegar, he's not going to be interested in it much at all. He got ruined as a child. But a lot of what the fat man beans that I'm getting, not only are they good for picking young for snap beans, they can also be harvested later on for soup beans. And if you let them get a little bigger, you can also harvest them and make leather breeches with them. That's why I get the older heirlooms that actually, have many possibilities of use. Yeah, I ain't about to start no black eyed peas here. We're not done being cold no time soon. Oh, are you looking for the half runners? Is that what you're saying? Is you're looking for the half runners? Well, welcome to the channel, Northeast to Southwest Gardening. I'm more than happy to have you. Oh, it's okay. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry one bit about slow internet. It all's going to be good. Hold on a minute. Ah, give me just a minute. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, here's there's one place there. Now, Cheyenne, Wyoming Urban Gardener, email me. Um, so I have your email, and when I come across that website again about all those Appalachian um, beans, I'll send you the link for it. And my email is all lowercase, all one word, old ways gardening and prepping at gmail.com. And what was the other one I got? Oh, I finally got a hold of me some North Georgia candy roasters as well. Yes, I can't get a hold of the rattlesnake bean seeds either. I like them as well. They're real good. Oh, the butternut squash. Well, cut now. Be careful. Be careful how you cut them because they're tough. I mean, they're good to eat. Don't get me wrong, but your knife can walk on you if you're not careful. Cut it in half. Scoop your seeds out. Um, you can peel them with a Don't try to peel them with no knife. Use a vegetable peeler. You can dice them up, or you can just cut them in half, clean the center out, get all the stringy out and the seeds out, rub it down with butter or olive oil, bake them in the oven. Oh, there you can eat them with a little sugar and cinnamon. There's so many ways to eat butternut squash, and it's all good. Yeah, I jumped a gun this year. I got my Amish paste. I got my Tennessee. Well, I already had my Tennessee sweet potato squash. I got the North Georgia candy roasters, but apparently I wasn't froggy enough and didn't jump fast enough to find the Missouri Wonder green beans, and that's what I'm really looking for. I haven't checked email all day. Did you send it today, Audrey, or was it a while back? Oh, you're talking about the chipmunks? Is that the ground squirrels you're talking about? You know what you need to do if you're having a problem with them? Get your BB gun or BB pistol. Eat them babies. They're tasty. You're welcome, Healthy G Mom. And yes, you can eat chipmunks. Yes, you can if you're a good enough shot. Well, you should be able to eat them too. They're all a varmint. Okay, I have been bad, Audrey. I've got to catch up with everybody that emailed me, and I will get to you. I promise. Yeah, I just have a problem uh, with Baker's Creek. I have a problem with the way they handle things. Yosemite Sam. But yeah, eat them. Just double check, make sure they don't have any parasites. Yeah, it's probably the same little varmint. Like I said, I've got that mime picture that I need to post. That's just hilarious. Oh no, I've been checking the spam, making sure because I had one or two go through spam. I've been checking that one. Oh, that's right. Yeah, but I still wouldn't put it being the government doing that crap. Yeah, because have you noticed all of a sudden all the diseases that the wildlife have all of a sudden? Well, it don't help that humans are nasty and they do catch things from us. But have you noticed how they're trying to crack down to where you're not supposed to be eating things? I don't know what kind of beans those are. I might know them by a different. See, that's the problem with being in the South. We have all kinds of names for things, and the North has a completely different set of names for them, and out West they have a completely different set of names. So one can say one thing, and we look at one another like, okay, what does it look like? Just remember what Reagan said, and he was absolutely correct on this. He said it would only take 20 years to dumb down one generation, and they succeeded, and they succeeded way too well. Succeeded way too well. Look what they're doing to the children in the schools. A rabbit that won't eat your garden? Groundhogs are good to eat. I don't know about a gopher, but I know a groundhog is. Hey, Double D chicks and stuff, Homestead, how you doing, Dawn? You just squeaked in the nick of time. I'm gonna head out here in just a little bit. Oh my gracious, that would be wonderful if they have it. I'm doing great, just tired. Whew, it's been a long day. I got another one ahead of me tomorrow, and I got to fight to get these two videos posted. But other than that, I'm above ground and doing great. Oh, I didn't get to tell y'all, I got a woman. I can't help it. These younger girls, they at times are hilarious to be around. So is mullein oil. Mullein oil is actually better because you don't have to worry about the oil going rancid. Um, I had went into what was it? It was Dollar Tree, and I walk up there, put my stuff down. She goes, "Well, hi, ma'am. How are you doing?" I looked at her. I said, "I'm above ground. How are you doing?" "No, I'm above ground and doing great. How are you doing?" She just looked at me and just lost it. She broke out in tears. She said that was the greatest thing she ever heard. Oh my God. I'm thinking to myself, I know I'm good, but I didn't think I was that good. But yeah, apparently that made that woman's day, and so I was happy on that one. She told me I needed to quit giving my comedy away for free. And I said, "Oh, honey, I haven't even started yet." All right, folks, I hate to say it, but I need to get up and move around. The bones are angry. Oh my God, yes, I love my hoe cakes. That's that's my favorite way of eating cornbread. And there better not be no sugar in them hoe cakes because I don't like sweet cornbread. That's corn cake. That's not cornbread. But yep. Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been enjoying myself, but I know if I don't get up and move around, I'm gonna be in a world of pain here before long. Yes, black eyed peas, whole cakes, and fried potatoes. And every once in a while, some gravy on those fried potatoes. You'd be surprised how many people's putting that nasty sugar on pudding. Sugar's not nasty. Sugar has its places. In my world, sugar has its places in my sweet tea and my coffee. Some on course desserts. But don't put no sugar in my grits. Don't put no sugar in my cornbread. Mega loves to you too, Healthy G Mom. You stay positive. You have a blessed evening. Okay, I definitely will. Yes, butter. I ain't drinking. No, I can't drink the buttermilk, but I could cook like crazy with it. I had a bad experience thanks to my mama with buttermilk. No, don't have any ramps here, but I do have wild onions. The smaller wild onions. I don't know. You want to be related, Audrey? cane sugar only. I am very picky about my sugar. Cane sugar only, and it's usually Domino's because they're the only ones holding out from being going GMO. Everyone have a good night. I'm sorry I'm cutting it a little short, but I gotta get up, walk around, get a little nicotine in me, and get a little more coffee in here. Oh, I thought you had left, Starlight. I'm glad you're still here. All right, everyone, take care. I look forward to seeing you in my next live, which should be next Monday night. And it's always, well, I try to make it from 6 to 8. Sometimes we go a little overboard. But if people are wanting to talk, we'll keep going. All right, y'all have a blessed night. Take care out there. Stay warm. Stay safe. Watch your back. And I will see you next Monday night. May you each be blessed, and I'll see you soon.